along the way as well, I did something which is not always socially acceptable, but I really don't care because I have a few rules, which I make very few morals myself. My moral code is don't hurt people. Don't hurt people. That'll do. That would include stealing because that hurts people, and it would include hurting people. Rape, pillage, stabbing, it includes everything. What it doesn't do is do that little religious thing of don't hurt people on Tuesday afternoons at 3 o'clock. Don't, and it seems all the religions have just tacked on little bits till in the end it's like you can only, you know what I mean? There are caste systems, there are don't go with, don't go with men, don't go with women. I don't really believe anybody has the right to tell me what to do with my body. I don't. It's mine. I'm only here this once, as far as I know. So I always wanted to be a prostitute. I always wanted to be an escort, and that's just the honest part. It really was. It was exciting and everything. So I did that, and I did that at the age of 31. And I put some ads in. I was broke and everything. The thing that pushed me towards sort of doing it was I was broke and I'd got sober and everything, but just prior to Judy taking off, I was too broke to go on. A big recession back then, about 20 years ago. So I think I had a mobile phone. I put in an ad, and I had a wonderful 8 years doing that sort of stuff too. Didn't earn a fortune or anything, but it was just great. I met some lovely people, and I get very tired of the cliches that you have to be abused, you have to be used, it has to be exploitation, and there are plenty of people out there. It's a good thing. Prostitution is a good thing. It's like anything else. I would rather be a prostitute than an undertaker. Dead bodies don't do it for me. It would be very traumatic for me to mess around with dead bodies, but live ones can be fun. It needs to be boundaried, it needs to be safe. I came out of it very healthy, and there are lots of recreational drugs and things in that arena, as there are in nightclubs. You could work in a nightclub and you need to protect yourself from those things. I really respected the people that I used to go and see, who came to see me. It was so exciting. I went into houses in Knightsbridge and places you'd never go, from Boreham Wood, son of a butcher and a cleaner and everything. I've been in all those places. I've been in all the places on Park Lane, and a bit like my singing career, I once did the Café de Paris as Miss Garland, and the next day I was at the Bull and Pump in Shoreditch for 50 quid. And it's a bit like that with being an escort. You never know. You never know where you're going to go. And I was older. I started at 31. I finished when I was about 40. So I was a daddy escort as the years went by. I was very protective, controlling, and I was in control of it. And I think I was a very special special person to some of my clients, who a couple of them I still know now. I finished about 6 years ago. A very similar thing with me in my life was that a lot of what I did was based on how I looked. And being in show business and being an escort. So they obviously are a declining resource commercially in your middle age, and so I let go of them. And I tell you what, that was hard to let go of escorting, because you're special, and not the things I did place me in a special category, and as long as you sort of know that, yeah, I'm kind of special, but I'm just flesh and blood like anyone else, except that I'm in the Dorchester currently, with I was the odd MP and the odd people with money and things, and I've got taken around the world a little bit and all the rest of it. Don't do this if you think it's going to be just so easy and all the rest of it. Don't go into show business if you think it's going to be so easy. It's not like X Factor for a start and all the rest of it. It really is not. I mean, you go to a show in Brighton and people think, hooray, You finish with a big note, you know, over the rainbow and all the rest of it, and you're on the A4 for the next 2 hours driving home in the snow. And you're tired, but you can't pay a driver, because if you do, you'll have done it for nothing. It's hard. Or you have got to do another one in Eastbourne or somewhere, Bournemouth, and do you go home or do you go back again? How much is the petrol? And all that's all in show business. Your throat is not good, and you had a busy escorting night the night before. No, I don't know, but you know, you can't just cancel because you're not in good voice. But you're not going to give the best show, so they're going to say, "Oh, she was shit. She was." These are all the realities of being in show business, and very similar to being an escort. I saw a lot of escorts. I saw some escorts who got too into coke and things, so that in the end they were kind of doing it for that. Yeah, that's not good. That's not the right reason. So, I'm not going to do an anti-drugs campaign, but I will say this: it does this. These are the same chemicals for everybody that takes them, but everybody that takes them is not the same. This never gets mentioned with drink and drugs. If you're falling to pieces and you take drugs, you'll fall to pieces. They'll take you down. They do not. I don't really believe in drugs of any kind to make people better. Most of the time, we have the capacity to heal ourselves as long as we ask for others to help. And I somehow slid from being a whore to that, but I think everything's linked. I don't think that being gay is any outside humanity. I don't think being an escort, a prostitute, whatever you want to call it, is outside humanity. I don't think many things are. I think hurting people is outside humanity, and all the rest of it. Today, I work as a volunteer counsellor at a place called ELOP, the East London Out Project, and it's wonderful work. It's we do counselling amongst other things. That's all the only bit that I'm involved in. It's a centre in Walthamstow, East London, and they do lots of community things for the lesbian, gay, bi, transgender community. And one of the things they offer is psychotherapy and counselling, and I am there. I've been there for a year now, and I see people who want to work through stuff. They want to work through stuff with a counsellor that identifies as lesbian and gay, and or bi or transgender or whatever. And they're not necessarily, I don't think they have to be to identify themselves as any particular thing, because that could be what they're coming for, to try to identify themselves. And I love all of the counselling work that I do, but this work, it really is. I just finished with a young person who, by the end of, we had 14 weeks. They do really good service. You get 14 weeks at ELOP. Some places give 6. In the 14 weeks that I worked with this person, they moved from, I don't know if I'm gay, but I'm not straight, to coming out, to going on the Gay Pride March, to coming out to their friends, getting a job. It was me. It was me. It was another young person who asked for some help and went kapow into life. They just want to know where the door was. That's all. They just didn't know where the door was. They weren't sure. They wouldn't go through it and all the rest of it. And eventually they just went. And I think that's wonderful. That feeling. They didn't know when they left me how emotional I was. It had to be what we call contained. But so I said, it's been wonderful working with you and all the rest of it. And as they left, the emotion I had there at 48 to look at someone who is considerably younger, in the early 20s, to just think you can have everything. And by that I don't mean, that sounds like so much. And as long as you set your mind to achievable things, you can achieve them. And so ELOP, I find, is a great place. It's unbelievable, really. I set my mind to becoming a singer and did it quite poor. I sang in tune and things, but I didn't push it because I was not functioning well. And then I got well with psychotherapy and got sure of myself. a right sort of thing, that I'm not Elvis Presley, but I'm not rubbish, and I've every right to be here and enjoy my life and have a go. And from that, it was like, well, okay, so what can I do? I do Judy Garland. I know that I can sing like Judy Garland. So that's what I did. And I thought it through, wrote it out on paper, a map, a plan, everything. And it was a huge, huge, for me, success. Not the biggest success it's ever been, but for me, it really was. It gave me a wonderful time in life. And then afterwards, it was like, this is running out. Okay, I will do this counselling thing, because that's what in my heart. I know I can do that. I'm shit at maths and computers. I don't really understand. You know, when my computer goes tits up, I switch it off, and if it won't come on, I throw it out the window and buy another one. I don't want to know, really. I'm not that interested. But with counselling and therapy, I understand it. I understand it. It's just a human thing. And so I did the training, and I left school without any qualifications, and I did a postgraduate diploma at master's level. And because all I did was think, you're bright enough to do that. Hold yourself, steady yourself, ask for help when you can't, just be honest and do it, which is all the stuff of counselling. And I did, and I passed it. My passes were on the 70s, and the pass was 49%. So I did very well, but I had to work. You know, I had to think and work, question. It's not just a blind belief that I can do anything. It's that I have the capacity. I have to find out how. And so that I got that, and now I do this work at ELOP, and I think that's where my life will be now that I'm older. Just keep myself fit and keep going. Probably do an occasional show, and also write books. Probably about 70s forgotten stars, because that's what's in me. I can do that. You know, I could write a book about Madonna. The music's not in my thing. But I always want to express myself, and to do something of the arts. And I said to someone recently, I'm a very poor man's Joe Orton. My first novel was very Joe Orton-esque. I've never had a huge success. My last book sold thousands, and I get, I've had some other financial offers from YouTube and things because of so many hits on it. It's not really about money either. I always try and get my money back on everything I do. It's not an expensive hobby, and I'd love a big success, but that's not what it's for. I mean, otherwise I wouldn't have written a book about The Sweet, who were a pop group from 40 years ago. I'd have written a book about Britney Spears. I just couldn't. It'd be like saying you'd have to spend, No, when I was a prostitute, I was a prostitute. Now I just do it for art, And I think I probably haven't got much more to say, except that if the best thing I ever did was to go and ask for help. And always ask for help. Someone somewhere can help you. And if someone offers you help without asking, wonder why. What do they want from it? There's the Samaritans, AA, all the 12-steppy things. There's your doctor. There's counselling. It's often for free if you can't afford it. I mean, often it's for free because people so much they've got no money left. We don't go for counselling when we still got a house and 2 cars. We don't. And I just try and accept myself the way I am.